I'm also going to turn on the closed captions, and I'm going to go over the norms of when we're Zooming, when we're Zoom classing. So remember to use your real first and last name when signing in. Teachers will only admit students that they know or are on their rosters. So if you're watching this recording on Schoology and you weren't able to get in, please use your real name or send me an email letting me know that you're using a different name and the reason for that, which some of you have already reached out for, and that's perfectly okay. When your video is on, make sure that you're dressed appropriately. Be mindful of your background. No eating during the session, please, and keep your device still during the session. Keep your microphone on mute until you are speaking. Be mindful of background noise. Turn off any sounds if you are sharing out today. And be professional. Use the chat for comments relevant to the conversation. Thank you so much to everyone for being on time today. And just a reminder that the Colonial School District's Code of Conduct still applies even in distance learning environments. All right, so today's agenda, we're going to go over the warm-up that's posted on Schoology. We're going to go over the Schoology overview again, and then we're going to talk about the class agenda, office hours, remind, Zoom week 1 introductions, completion rules, FlipGrid video introductions, and attendance. All right, so, okay, I do have the right slideshow today, Miss Grace. In the first class, I had the wrong slideshow up, and that one looked very similar, so luckily I do have the right one up. So on the warm-up today, I posted a quick beginning of the year survey. It should take you about 5 minutes. I do a lot of surveys in my class. I like to get to know you, and this is a way for me to get to know you. Only Miss Graves and I will see the responses. Miss Graves is here. She's supporting us. And she's amazing, so we're lucky to have her. So, you know, this will just help both of us to kind of get to know you, and you'll see these surveys. I'll try to limit them to 1 per week for you, so you're not overwhelmed with all those surveys. But if you could just take a few minutes today or at some point and complete this survey here, and it's posted right on that warm-up for today. And then the question of the day today is, what do you like to do when the weather is nice outside, and what is nice weather to you? So if you'd like to share out, I'm gonna give an awkward pause here for you to unmute your microphone, and you can go ahead and share out. So one thing that I like to do when the weather is nice is I like to go for a run outside with my dog. I have an Italian Greyhound. He's a little guy, he's tiny, but he likes to run. And nice weather to me is like that nice crisp autumn air, like when it's not humid. It just like, it gets really nice out.
I'm gonna go. My favorite weather is like May weather. 1, because it's my birthday month, and 2, because I like to go hike in the park.
Nice, and that's when spring is starting to come out too, so all the flowers are starting to pop. Nice.
My favorite type of weather is, you know, when it's not too hot or too cold, and it still has like that nice cool breeze when it's sunny.
Like
during that, I like to drive hobby class RC cars.
Nice. Thank you so much for sharing, Jonathan. And I have another student here. They sent this in the chat, but they sent it as a private message. And they say, nice weather to me is when it's warm, but you can always feel the breeze. And then somebody else said, do you have a picture of your little dog? I do. I'll save that for next week because Miss Graves and I were going to work on 2 slides to introduce ourselves, but we decided to put that off until next week because we thought it'd be easier. So he joined me yesterday. He got a little restless in between classes yesterday, and he joined me, you know, when we were waiting. But he's sleeping behind me. So, but I'll definitely bring a picture in. Does anybody else want to share out?
Nice weather to me is fall, because that's when the leaves are falling, and I like to play volleyball.
Awesome. I used to coach volleyball. I coached volleyball for like 3 years. And it's definitely a lot better to play when it's nice and cool outside rather than when it's really hot. Awesome. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and move on. If you do want to share out in the chat, you can, but that discussion board is posted on Schoology, so you can go ahead and you can share out on there as well. So for the Zoom, a student informed me this morning that you can only sign up for a Zoom account if you are 18 or older. So I didn't know that. So if you are signing up for a Zoom account, you may need a parent or guardian to sign you up. But it is a lot easier if you do have a Zoom account. So maybe you can get that parent or guardian or older sibling who's over 18 to sign you up, and then that could just stay on your device. It doesn't have to be a Colonial account, like it doesn't have to be the colonial.k12. I just thought it was easier to log in with Google, but I didn't realize there was an age restriction for signing up with Zoom. So it just makes it easier when you log in. You don't have to type in your name every time, it just saves it. So if you get a chance today, maybe you can talk to your parents, guardians, older siblings, and try and get a Zoom account set up for you, just to make it a little bit easier to sign in every day. All right, so again, if we could go to slido.com, and if you want to scan this with your phone, you can scan the QR code on your screen, or you can open up a new tab and you can go to slido.com. And I'm just wondering, how are you feeling today? Are you feeling, meh, let's do this, or can I go back to bed? Yeah, a lot of mess. Well, the good news is that after today, you get to sleep in on Thursday and Friday. So those mess and can I go back to bed, you get to sleep in until Monday pretty much. And then that's the next time that you have to come back in for classes. So a shortened week for you this week. And hopefully next week will be a little bit more exciting for you. All right. So I just wanted to go over Schoology just one more time in case if you missed it yesterday, but I'm not going to go over it as in depth as I did yesterday because I do want to give you quite a bit of work time today. So just a few reminders here, and you can always go back and check the video from yesterday because I do have that posted. 2 most important things on the screen right now are materials, that's where the work is located. And then in grades, you want to make sure that you check your grades here because I grade everything in Schoology and I post comments on there as well. All right. I am still taking attendance in Schoology, and I'll probably continue to do that because it's a little bit easier for me to click through as I'm admitting you and as Miss Graves is admitting you into the, we're both kind of working together to monitor that waiting room there to make sure that we get you in a timely manner. But it is easier for us both to check off the attendance on Schoology there. All right, so I just wanted to real quick go over this week's assignments. Remember, these are due Sunday by midnight. I'm giving you a long time to do this, but I'm going to give you pretty much the rest of class time today. So you'll have about 20 minutes to work on this in class with myself and Ms. Graves here to assist you if needed. So remember, you're going to go to that week 1 folder. So what that looks like on Schoology. Let me just bring up my Schoology here. So what that looks like on Schoology is you're going to scroll down past all this fun stuff here, and you're going to see this week 1 folder. It's probably the last folder that's in that, that bin there. And then what you're going to do is you'll see the warm-ups that are posted here, and I will be posting that presentation for you so that you can view that later. And you're going to start here right in this Schoology Introduction to Schoology folder. Remember, each one of these has to be completed in order. So you have to complete this text assignment on Schoology in order for this Schoology test to open up. So you'll notice that this Schoology test is grayed out if you haven't clicked Submit Assignment on the text assignment on Schoology. And for the text assignment on Schoology, I know last class, some students got a little caught up in it. When you open this up, you're going to see 3 tabs at the top, and you're going to click on that middle tab, Create, and then you're going to type your response in there. It doesn't have to be lengthy. I'm just looking for answer to the question that I posted, just to see that you know how to type in Schoology and click that Submit Assignment button. All right. So like I said, all of these have to be completed in order. You are completing all 3 folders by Sunday night. So like I said, I'm giving you time to work on this today, but you're going to complete all 3 of these folders by Sunday at midnight. All right. And then the last folder there, the class introductions, that's all about FlipGrid. I did have a student in the last class accidentally click the teacher login button, so make sure that you're clicking that student login button. I know the teacher button's blue and it jumps out at you and it looks fun, but you want to make sure that you're clicking on that student login button and make sure that you're logging in with your Colonial at Colonial. That when you do need to log into your at Colonial in order to access the FlipGrid, and you're only choosing 3 of these questions on here, 3 or more, but at least 3 of those questions to answer. All right, so I'm not seeing any questions in the queue here. So I am going to stop the recording here.